What's going on, everybody? David Mitchell here, voice of Autism, episode 93. It's episode 93, crazy. And well, we might have episode 94 tomorrow. And if you got one reason why I'm saying that, sorry about that my throat a little dry. The reason why I said that is because tomorrow is my 24th birthday, and I might be doing a live stream tomorrow too. So, yeah. And I'm also wearing a new shirt, which, if you guys probably have noted or probably did not yet, I updated my YouTube account picture, and I updated my profile pic to all my profiles. So, yeah. I updated all of them. And I'm wearing this shirt when I updated them, so everything all new. But yeah. And the week went great so far. So yeah. Didn't know it is 9 in the morning right now. So yeah. And I'm a little bit hot. And I have a fan on. So yeah. But the week been great so far. It's like we went very well so far. So yeah. But I got a lot of stuff to talk about today. But before I do you want me to say that I might be getting a laptop. I'm not sure about my mom and them were talking about it yesterday, because if you guys don't know, I started doing the group meetings for the Autism News Network, and I'm doing video editing for them. So I'll be getting a laptop for the class to do the more stuff on. But yeah. Also, I did another Ralph Fan video yesterday. So I did 2 this week. And they look pretty well. But yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about my voice. Again, I probably need to go get a drink after I get done with the live stream. So yeah. So I might be getting a laptop for my birthday, and it will probably have a camera to it for the videos. So yeah, I'm gonna need one of them. But yeah. Also, me and my lovely fiance Bavaria are doing a lot better, and we're actually doing great. There are a lot of stuff that we still need to work on, but we are doing a lot better now. And she's doing great. And if you guys want to go to our YouTube channel, the link is down in the description down below. But yeah, but we're doing a lot better. Oh, and if you guys want to go to the Autism News Network Facebook page, the link to their Facebook page is down in the description down below. If you guys want to go look at it. But yeah. So I'll be doing the group meeting with them every Thursday from 11 to 1. So about exactly an hour to 2 hours. Be exact. So yeah. So that's what I am going to be doing. So you guys probably already know, I done said Ralph Fan a little slow down. And there'll probably once try a week there'll be Ralph Fan video. So yeah. And that because I am prioritizing and working on prioritizing stuff a lot more. So yeah. So that's something else I'm doing. And I probably later on we going to do it. The job I'm getting for Costco, it probably part-time because I'm doing the classes. So yeah, we had a frog in here earlier. I'm not sure if it's still in here or not, but if it is, then that's going to be kind of funny. Alright, but yeah. Now let's get started. My mom probably up. But yeah. Oh no. I jank it down, guys, again. That, not a good sign. But I do have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's gonna take some time trying to get it up. Because, for people who don't know, stuff been acting up lately. So, yeah. And it's crazy on what's been going on. My mom up.
Irresponsible reporting. I haven't read the parts behind paywall, but it's pretty damaging opinion.
Let me check what. I'm looking this one up. It's kind of good. Okay, I won't be able to read the article much if we use it because behind paywall. And let's say not that much of it working right now. Something kind of acting up again. So yeah, it won't even. I'm gonna have to look through the main thing for the articles. But yeah, it's crazy. Here, just from the front of mine.
Street art protest against institutional violence. I realize the fence shadow expanding on my chalk drawing kind of represents the imprisonment of autistics.
Yeah, he is right. We've been going on with something like this for years, and we're finally starting to get out there and tell them, look here, we're not putting up with it anymore. And we're slowly getting our voices out there. So, yeah. Here's something from a couple of days ago.
Blocks autistics commenting and deleted all our comments. This is page with the spanking of autistic kids as recommended on their behavior sheets. I can't tag anyone as I am blocked from commenting. They claim they are open to dialogue yet blocked us.
They don't give a crap if we speak or not. They don't think about the trauma that it causes. So, they really need to rethink how they act. So yeah. What else? Not another one. Because it's crazy. But I let Spink outside. But I won't do it to my kid if I have any. But the spanking, I just don't think it's right. Corporal punishment, I'm dead against it. It's wrong on so many levels. It's intimate, it fear me, but love me. Well, I think it's a toxic, narcissistic way of thinking. I I deal with that with my mom. Once I got spanked, well, back when I was about 12, and it's been almost 10 years, almost that, but with me turning 21, that's it. We mean it'll be 9 years, 2 years, next year, 10 years. But it's part of narcissistic stuff.
Have been diagnosed with the autism over diagnosed. The Canadian Press, August 21st, 2019 /4 o'clock p.m. story, 264,099. File photo. Autism has become so over-diagnosed that within 5 to 10 years there could be almost no difference between groups of people who have been diagnosed with the condition and those who haven't, a Montreal researcher warns following the publication of a new study. A new meta-analysis published Wednesday in JAMA Psychiatry that analyzed 11 previous major studies carried out since 1966 found that individuals diagnosed with autism have become progressively less different from the general population. Laurent Mottron, a research psychiatrist at the Mental Health Unit of the Rivière des Prairies Hospital and one of the study's authors, said the gap could soon narrow to nothing. Autistic people
that will be a good thing, because the ableism and the discriminating and segregating that they do to it right now will probably not be that much. It'll probably end, and there'll hardly be none of it if that gap is closed to the point where they see another minority, treat it like another person, and accept it for who we are. Would be a good thing. But there are people out there that try to make it look different and try to make it a target for them.
Autistic people we test now are less and less different than typical people, really less and less, to the point where if the trend continues, we won't be able to find the least difference within 5 or 10 years, he said. Montron says the problem is that the criteria have lowered to the point where a diagnosis could become nearly meaningless. Montron and 4 other researchers conducted a meta-analysis of previous studies that compared people who have been diagnosed with autism with those who haven't. The analysis, which included data from 27,723 individuals, includes practically the whole of planetary research on the autistic brain, Montron said. The analysis found that the differences between the groups have decreased over time in 5 of the 7 main constructs that define autism, including emotion, recognition, theory of mind, planning, and brain size. In contrast, the group found no such tendency when it comes to the prevalence of schizophrenia, which has remained stable for the past 2 decades. Globally, the number of people diagnosed with autism has risen dramatically in recent years, going in the United States from less than 0.5% of the population in 1966 to more than 2%. The study's authors say their findings may be due to several factors, including a true increase in the condition, greater public awareness, the fact that a diagnosis leads to greater support, a lowered threshold for diagnosis, the use of checklist diagnoses, and a greater tendency to diagnose individuals with a normal IQ. They note that understanding of autism has also evolved from a narrowly defined clinical picture to a spectrum of conditions of uncertain similarity. They warn that this blurring of the line could potentially make it more difficult to study the disorder. Mottron, for his part, says the research points to a rampant problem of over-diagnosis that he blames on schools, doctors.
Here's my thing. That would be actually a good thing, because it'll stop autism speaks with. You gotta know I'm dead against them, because how they are hate organization, and for those people who treat it like animals and treat it wrong. It's just like to the point where it's unrecognizable and where you can't tell different. That would be actually a good thing, because one, we won't get discriminated against, we won't get ableism against, and a lot of other stuff. And the bloody hell finally cure shit would probably quit. And also, the people who are trying to get rid of it will probably quit too. So there are more in a way if we keep on working to get our voice out there.
Montron, for his part, says the research points to a rampant problem of overdiagnosis that he blames on schools, doctors, and parents alike. He goes so far as to suggest that a diagnosis can work in a school or parent's best interest by making them eligible for extra help and funding that they may otherwise not receive. Right now, a diagnosis of autism is what allows one to get services in schools, he said. When you have an autism diagnosis, you have much greater chances of getting all kinds of extra things compared to another condition, which is total nonsense because the need for services is independent from a diagnosis. He said the criteria for a diagnosis have become trivial, including a child's lack of friends or a dislike of haircuts or tags on clothing.
He's trying to get it to the point where he's trying to get his word to make it harder for us to get our voice out there and make it where they can keep on pulling their bullshit crap. Now let's see what the comments say about it. But yeah.
Derek's family and my family, both almost exclusively autistic, say, why, yes.
That a good thing. The reason why we say why yes, because it will have to make it easier for us to live in society. And the reason why the doctor is saying it a bad thing is because he won't be able to do experiment and stuff on it and all that other stuff that they like doing. Or definitely not an experiment, my bad. But stuff that they do, they won't be able to do because of that. So, exactly, yeah. They are scared because we're starting to stand up and show them that we're a minority in a group. So, yeah.
By a process of elimination, there is really no other explanation. It's certainly not an illness in itself. The illness comes from having to adapt to unpredictable, unfamiliar, and overwhelmingly busy and insecure fast-paced environments that were built without us in mind. When I'm not rushed or pressured, I feel positively healthy.
And with all people starting to realize that, they're trying to change everything for us. So, yeah.
I have a hole to pick in what is being said here. This is presuming that wiring is something that is shared in autistic brains. It's not. We are all idiosyncratic and individualized. The wiring itself is not what we have in common, but rather, the way that we construct our connections is similarly different from norms. As we build our brains, we do it differently. So you shouldn't expect two autistic people to have similar brains.
Exactly. That right there is true. Like me and my fiance. We are both different. But yeah.
Catherine Erebus, I agree. It's a misunderstanding of terms. I'm different to the norm and so are you. That doesn't make us the same.
And this was coming from. But yeah. It's crazy if you did think about it. But it's in my Facebook been acting up again and
So here are a few things I've read in academic studies in the last couple of years. I'm sorry about the lack of citations. I need to go back and find the original articles. 1. If you put fMRI scans of non-autistic brains one over the other, they all look pretty much the same. They all use the same sections of brain for the same functions. If you put autistic fMRIs one over the other, they are all different. 2. Among the approximately 1,000 genetic differences that appear to be related to autism, one that is quite common is a code that affects ubiquitin. Ubiquitin is a protein, which has been recently recognized as the one which strengthens, weakens, or severs neurological connections. 3. There is a blueprint coded somehow in the most common alleles of the genes that code for ubiquitin follows. This means they follow a specific set of rules to create our neurological connections. If The ubiquitin-related genes are coded differently.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently any asterisk difference at all, they tend to chuck out the blueprint and do stuff far more randomly. This study had nothing to do with the previous one, by the way, and did not reference autism at all. I found it when I was searching for articles about ubiquitin after reading the previous one. So my theory is this. Neurotypicals have a blueprinted brain development. Their blueprint tends to include such rules as strengthen social hierarchy and the drive to increase power and status, strengthen herd thinking, strengthen verbal communication, reinforce sexual drive, and strengthen gender binary. Certain differences in the blueprint may change some of these attributes, may even stop someone being neurotypical, but they don't necessarily make them autistic. Autistic brains don't follow the blueprint. This, to me, makes it really obvious how it happens that many of us have great gifts and or great challenges. It explains why things like sensory differences may be at either end of the bell curve or both ends. Why synesthesia, alexithymia, executive function issues, even epilepsy are so much more common for us. Why some of us are autistic but can pass and others can't. Basically, it seems to me that neurotypicalism is just as likely to be a genetic mutation as autism is. But the points about the blueprint that I've listed above, they would tend to give one impetus to procreate, so it wouldn't take many generations of neurotypicals before they were the majority. But we haven't disappeared because our atypical minds are needed as a part of humanity to think differently, to solve problems, including issues of survival, both individual and group survival. We are the fire tamers, the wheel connectors, the ones who experiment and observe and notice what happens when you add copper to tin or carbon to iron.
That's right. That is true. Human race would not be this far if it wasn't for autistics or people on the autism spectrum. So we are one who literally changed how the world works. So, yeah.
Everything anybody ever is a state of embodied being in a perceived world, experienced through that embodied being, so there.
That's true too. But yeah, it's something that you gotta think about. And it's amazing.
White medium star request for help, opportunity for your advocacy / activism work to make a difference to disabled / autistic students, lives white medium star, TLDR. Would anyone like to help provide autistic written and approved sources for our internship supporting disabled / autistic science students, accessing careers, resources, to update the materials? All credits will be given to your work, so would also help build more autism-positive bridges for both of us. Hello team, I'm currently involved in an exciting internship that myself and some other students devised, kindly funded by our university, which aims to improve the accessibility and opportunities provided by the careers service at the university for disabled / neurodiverse science students. This includes anything defined as disability by the Equality Act 2010. There are 5 main areas of focus for our project. 1. Improving the content and accessibility of the existing careers, resources. 2. Improving the disability disclosure and support process for students, including identifying non-disclosure reasons and improving reasonable adjustment access. 3. Tackling discrimination. 4. Anti-oppressive practices, including encouraging allyship and academic challenges. And 5. Good and bad practice, including conflict issues, applying good practice, and who needs to know the guidelines in the wider university context. I mentioned in major meetings building up to the creation of the internship that science students also need to be taught and supported about disability correctly, as they will become the next generation of lecturers and researchers who will write the next papers, and the ableist research cycle can be broken. I am paying particular attention to autism and language used in the project, as how things are disseminated is just as important as the actual content, e.g., the community's language preferences, avoiding functioning, labels, or medical model-derived rhetoric and blame placing, etc. As you will be aware, top search hits when researching autism without prior knowledge of what really goes on behind the scenes or without social manipulation from ableist / autism martyrs include very inappropriate ableist / neurophobic / curist organizations who misrepresent autism and the autistic community's views. These appear to be the reputable sources that current materials are based on, so that needs to change. As the actual autistic community, who are scientists, writers, bloggers, performers, teachers, activists, self-advocates, SOs, leaders, etc., we between us have produced and continue to produce what I believe are reputable and autistic-approved sources. These are what I wish to gather as much of possible of to use as sources for this project, to benefit autistic students, with the university aiming to trailblaze new, first-hand created standards for disability/neurodiversity support in academia and entering the world of work. I therefore need to provide proper reputable evidence of things like language preferences IFL versus full public polls, evidence of the harm of functioning labels to prove why they must not be used in any documents, that autistic people are not lesser or broken because of autism itself and its inaccessible/unaccommodating society that disables us, any proof of so-called functioning or academic improvements. When people's accessibility/learning needs were seen to has to be publicly available sources, not random Facebook posts of people sharing how their child has now communicated their needs with jumped up grades. Now, they are being accommodated in school. How someone got much better grade at uni using a computer as a random post, etc. Not that those kind of achievements are any lesser, merely the sources need to be accessible, reputable and meet ethical requirements. The main areas I shall be focusing on, alongside other students, include 1. How work experience opportunities may be improved or impacted. 2. Success stories of what has helped achieve in the world of work after university. 3. Encouraging allyship anti-oppressive practice. 4. Academic challenges faces regarding oppression and ableism. 5. Issues of conflict regarding good and bad practice, which can include internal conflicts in the community, conflicts between teaching staff and students, etc. I shall also be looking at the university's learning and teaching guidelines for what autism is and how to support autistic students. Apparently, this may be more difficult to change, but ableism is not tolerable. Internalized ableism and social hierarchy do not help autistic students to be taken seriously, so we'll push the point. Meeting with staff to discuss the reasoning is one thing which I will do, but providing reputable sources to justify the need to change their definition and support framework to describe autism in more of a neurodiversity as normal kind of way, rather than pitiful error of a human kind of way, may take help from you wonderful people. Any links to public polls, autistic writers' blogs and pages, speeches, etc. detailing autistic-approved inclusivity measures to help autistic people in education and work and autistic preferences would be immensely helpful. I will reference any sources, so credit is given to the author/performer. Would anyone be happy to help signpost to any good autistic-approved resources or wish to deeper discuss the use of their own work which they believe meets this project's aims and would really help here?
That I find amazing. And the reason why I say that is because ableism is a big problem sort of community. When it comes to people who are neurotypical, they really do it against and it's really hard. And I mean, it really is. You have a lot of people who treat it like crap because of it. And I mean it. It really messed up. Here are article that took me a couple days to find again.
14 actually autistic influencers you should follow on Instagram. Renee Fabian. The Mighty August 16, 2019. Actually autistic Instagram influencers. More, in case you didn't already know, the actually autistic community on social media is an amazing place to meet and interact with other autistic folks. The actually autistic community does some of the most important autism advocacy work on the internet. The community is a force for social justice and a great place to find others who get it. Mighty contributor Jessica Chen outlined just how valuable it is to follow, listen to and learn from the actually autistic community in her article, This Autism Awareness Month. Please listen to autistic people. Listen to autistic adults and their stories because we exist. Autistic adults have been through school, university, and job hunting, and we have a range of experiences to share, from supportive experiences to traumatic ones. Let us tell our stories. Following actually autistic people on social media, reading their blogs and watching their videos can be one of the best ways to support, affirm and embrace your neurodiversity all year round and educate others why we should be advocating for autism acceptance as opposed to awareness. With that in mind, we asked the mighty community for the actually autistic influencers on Instagram they recommend following. Related, Cody Lee returns to act for Bridge over Troubled Water performance. Here's who they suggested. 1. Daniel M. Jones at Thespian World. Mighty community member at Ghost Poperness recommended.
That one a little bit fringe on because there are a lot of people saying he faking hit autistic behavior stuff, and I'm a little bit on. Don't know if it's true or not, but if he is faking it, then damn, that'll be messed up. But there are a lot of other people.
Mighty community member at Ghost Poperness recommended Daniel Jones for being very informative and positive. Jones, who is also on YouTube, shares videos about what it's like being on the spectrum on his Instagram. Past topics have included everything from weighted blankets and autism symptoms you need to know to anxiety and sensory overload. He also posts snapshots from his daily life in the UK. Follow Jones on Instagram at Thespian World. 2. Haley Moss at Haley Moss Art. Related, 10 ways to prepare your autistic child for college. Haley Moss wears many hats as an attorney, artist, author, and speaker. Like many other people on the spectrum, after receiving her autism diagnosis at 3 years old, her family was told not to have high expectations. Now she is an autism advocate, especially for autistic women, using her experiences to celebrate neurodiversity. Haley has had the distinct honor of being the first autistic woman in Florida to pass the Florida bar exam and become an attorney. Mighty community member Dan Jackson shared on why he follows Moss. Her attitude is amazing, and her spirit is wonderful. She gives hope and inspiration to families like mine. Follow Moss on Instagram at Haley Moss Art. 3. Lean Libas at Cal Memis Libas. Lean Libas is busy as a college student and blogger for the art of autism, but she still finds time to post on Instagram about being on the spectrum and the importance of autism acceptance. She regularly takes down stereotypes about autism and points out ableism with plenty of opportunities to share her favorite makeup looks complete with tutorials. Related, 8 tips to get along with teachers this school year. Follow Libas on Instagram at Cal Memis Libas. 4. John Elder Robison at Jonel Darabison. Neurodiversity scholar and author John Elder Robison has done some amazing things in his career. For example, he designed special effects guitars for the storied rock band Kiss, wrote a 2007 best-selling memoir, Look Me in the Eyes, and owns and operates one of the largest car restoration companies in the U.S. for high-end rides. Following Robison on Instagram will also give you a peek into some of his stunning photography work. Follow Robison on Instagram at Jonel Darabison. 5. Sarah Jane Harvey at Aganyadi. Aganyadi Aka Sarah Jane Harvey is an autism advocate and presenter. On Instagram, she frequently shares videos about what it's like to be on the spectrum, especially the importance of stimming and sensory tools. She's also a chronic illness warrior, sharing on Facebook. She lives with Ehlers-Danlos.
I'm also a friend of hers. I follow her on Facebook, and she is a friend of mine, and she is part of Inca and Autistic Self-Advocacy Group. So I know her and I already know some of them. So I do have some connection with them.
She's also a chronic illness warrior, sharing on Facebook. She lives with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome meds, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome POTS, endometriosis, and polycystic ovary syndrome PCOS. Follow Harvey on Instagram at Aganyadi. 6. Drew E. Curious at Drew Inovglara. Drew E. Curious is an actually autistic model and actress who also lives with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and other chronic illnesses, is deaf and is an outspoken disability advocate. Her Instagram is full of colorful affirmative posts that celebrate diversity and disability, whether she's in a pool, posed in her wheelchair, high above the city or against a street art mural, using her braces. Follow Curious on Instagram at Drew Inovglara. 7. Amethyst Shaber at Amethyst Shaber.
I am friend with Amethyst Shaber. And she is a fellow YouTuber, too.
On Instagram, Amethyst Shaver mostly shares snapshots from their daily life, including their amazing cat Gigi. Everywhere on the internet, often as at NeuroWonderful, Shaver advocates for autism acceptance, neurodiversity and disability as an artist, writer and speaker. They created the popular YouTube educational series Ask an Autistic and recently started a new series titled NeuroWondervlog. Follow Shaver on Instagram at Amethyst Shaver. 8. Chris Bonello at Autistic Not Weird. Chris Bonello shares his work as an author, speaker, and advocate on Instagram and across social media. On his website, Bonello shared he wasn't diagnosed as autistic as a child because evaluators decided he wasn't severe enough. He didn't receive a diagnosis until he was 25 years old. In 2016, Bonello wrote his first book, which shared responses to 150 autistic kids on what we love most about life. Currently a tutor for students with disabilities, he also wrote a novel, Underdogs, featuring autistic war heroes. Follow Bonello on Instagram at Autistic Not Weird. 9. Krista Hallmans at Neurodivergent Rebel. Neurodivergent rebel Aka Krista Hallmans uses her social media presence to destroy stigma and spread positivity, whether that's through snapshots of everyday life, stimming tools, or autism advocacy messages. In 2018, Hallmans, along with Agony Audi and other actually autistic influencers, started the #IthMoskov campaign to raise awareness about the stress of feeling the need to mask or hide your signs of autism and to celebrate neurodiversity. Follow Hallmans on Instagram at NeurodivergentRebel. 10. Taylor Linloff at Aspirational Autistic. Artist and writer Taylor Linloff, who hails from Nova Scotia, uses her Instagram platform to educate others about being on the spectrum and breaking down common autism myths and misconceptions.
That's true.
For example, one recent post talks about autism and empathy, and that many autistic people experience hyperempathy. On her blog, Linloff said she hopes her posts will make others feel less alone. Follow Linloff on Instagram at Aspirational Autistic. 11. Joy Johnson at Joyf Johnson. Who better to work as a behavioral therapist than an actually autistic adult? Instagrammer Joy Johnson is one such person, and she shares her thoughts on what some popular therapy research gets right and wrong about autism, urging researchers to talk to actually autistic people and better understand neurodiversity. For a daily dose of the truth behind autism science from someone on the spectrum, Johnson's account is the place to go. Follow Johnson on Instagram at Joyf Johnson. 12. Emma at Undercover Audie. Emma's Undercover Audie Instagram is beautifully curated to share what being on the spectrum and living with a chronic illness looks like. The UK-based writer, Emma said she wasn't diagnosed until she was 26. Like many other autistic women who aren't diagnosed as early, Emma was undercover for most of her life. She hopes her social presence and work will be relatable for others who are going through similar things. Follow Emma on Instagram at Undercover Audie. 13. Jeremiah Josie at Jer Cooking Adventure. Jeremiah Josie is all about tasty treats as an aspiring pastry chef and offers a healthy serving of autism advocacy on his Instagram account. Josie also hosts a YouTube cooking show, Jeremiah's Cooking Adventures, and also wrote a book about his experience of being on the spectrum, Here's What I Want You to Know. You can also catch him as part of Kohl's recent release of adaptive clothing for people with disabilities. Follow Josie on Instagram at Jer Cooking Adventure. 14. James Sinclair at Autistic and Unapologetic. If you follow his Instagram, you will catch blogger James Sinclair everywhere from the red carpet at a literature festival to the set of a game show. He shares plenty of snippets from his blog, Autistic and Unapologetic, as well as great shots from his travel around the world. And check out the post he shared after he got engaged.
And I'm going to get my voice out there too, if you guys know. Now, let's see what my fiance said. Because she just messaged me.
All I can say here is, you thank the Lord for that blessing.
That from my fiance.
That your mom is still standing strong.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I probably said it here. Particularly, I did say it here in my video vlog. That my mom had surgery on her hand. So, yeah.
And you standing strong amidst of challenges.
But, yeah, it's amazing. What are the adult Dogs act like cats. Whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy if you just think about it. But yeah. Whew, still feeling a little hot. But it's amazing. But that was from my fiance. I'll check dogs later on. See what they're doing. But yeah. It's crazy. What all except that go on. Hey, what be I'm definitely needing to get something to drink after this. By the way. So, yeah. When everything up. So sometimes have that herb. Yeah, there we go. But yeah. I'll be honest, I am feeling very hot right now.
The Autism Site blog. Nonverbal autistic man abused by care worker. Parents push for better accountability and protection. By Elizabeth Nelson. Maria Buch never expected that anything bad would happen to her son, Joseph, when she had to place him in the Life's Care home for adults in Albany, New York. Joseph is unable to speak up for himself, but she was sure that he was in good hands. Until a few months ago, when his injuries were discovered.
That what people change. It's just that autistic like go through a lot on a daily basis. So yeah, we deal with discrimination a lot. And segregation and be treated wrong.
Until a few months ago, when his injuries were discovered. It seems that a care home worker forced Joseph to run on a treadmill until he couldn't any longer, at which point he fell off of the machine and fractured his neck. The caretaker also beat Joseph, leaving him with bruises, and allegedly tried to cover up his injuries rather than getting him medical attention. Photo, News 12 Long Island. Now Buch and dozens of other parents are circulating a petition and lobbying to have changes made in group care homes for adults with disabilities. Something as simple as having cameras in these facilities, they say, would help keep workers accountable for their actions and discourage them from abusing those who live in such facilities. Anyone who can't speak for themselves needs us to speak for them, needs cameras to speak for them, says Annette Lagan of the Nassau/Suffolk Autism Society of America, reported advertisement. Photo, News 12 Long Island. A court hearing recently brought Joseph's case to light, and a judge issued an emergency order of protection against the care worker believed to have abused Joseph, a man by the name of Richard Garnett. Garnett has been charged with one felony count of endangering the welfare of a disabled person. The petition, which would mandate having functional cameras in all care homes for adults with disabilities, currently has about 6,000 signatures. Some bills have been created on the issue, but having cameras in care homes is currently illegal for privacy reasons. Finding a solution that makes people on both sides of the issue happy may be easier said than done, reported advertisement. Photo, News 12 Long Island. Life's claims they have cooperated fully with the investigation from the start and has taken all the appropriate actions necessary to ensure Joseph's safety and get him proper medical attention. Check out the video below to learn more about the incident that turned Maria Buch into an activist for her son and the petition.
Okay, now let me just say this. They're not really. Just think about it. They're trying to do cleanup control. Trying to cover up how much damage that they can. So, yeah, they really effed up. And if you just think about it, it's really something that you have to really think hard of. Literally. It's crazy, but if you just think about it, you start picking up puzzle pieces and start realizing that they are trying to cover up and do cleanup control. it's up to that all places when it comes to, try to do. It's exactly like damage control and all that, but in a messed up way. And it really do happen a lot to the autistic community. Like, we really get brunt of it, and the people who do it get away with it, and one of the reasons why is because of autism speaks. They are the reason why some stuff that happened end up getting through, and the people who done it get away with it. It messed up for so many reasons.
As are starting their commercial approach for Autism Hour minus, because of course, autistics are only important for 1 hour, 1 week if the year. I've commented but I don't expect them to pay any attention. URL.
Yeah. I heard about you. I actually heard about you a while back, and I don't think what they do it right. Because it's part of ableism, and it's something that we need to start thinking about and getting rid of. The ableism, it's something we need to start getting rid of, in a way.
Ask your local shops to sign up. Last year, over 11,000 shops, services, and businesses took part in Autism Hour, including The Entertainer, Argos, Morrison's, and Sainsbury's. Why not ask your local shops to follow their example and help create a society that works for autistic people? It only takes a few small steps to make a huge difference.
But yeah, it's crazy on what's going on. Being at exactly about an hour to 2 hours in the Philippines, where it's 10 o'clock at night there, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning here. When it hit 12, it will be in 2 hours. It'll be my birthday there, so technically, I only got a couple hours, or technically about 2 hours before my birthday there in the Philippines. But here in the U.S., I technically still got 14 hours before I turned 21. So, yeah. So, it's crazy, but it's amazing. But it's crazy in a way if you think about it. And it's amazing. And I really do mean amazing. But, yeah. Now, what people don't know, my fiance Val, she is right now at a retreat. She'll be there until Monday. She'll be going home today. So, yeah. But yeah, it's crazy, and it happened to be amazing in a way. Now I'm able to do video from the laptop, if I do get it, and it have a camera on it, one that if my mom get one, that would be good, meaning I can try to do like a group meeting or like a group live stream in a way. um, my fiance sent a little video, happy belated birthday of Jake we pass. Oh. I can't play the video on here because it would be copyrighted, so that I'm sorry about, guys. Hearing it in the background would probably get me a copyright strike, and I don't want that to happen. So, yeah. But she sent me this. But it's crazy. And we got another train coming, I can hear. I'll be honest, track been active during morning, sort of halfway part of the day, but that is a train coming that I hear. Yeah, that a train. It is. Yep. I had a lot more stuff that I was going to talk about today, but because of that, wait for it, guys. I get train not gonna. I get not gonna honk a horn. That do happen sometimes, and I actually mean it. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I got a train that going by. You guys probably can't hear it, but there's actually a train going by right now. And it had exactly did, but the air conditioner on. But yeah. But it's crazy in a way. But there are a lot of stuff we are working towards. And I think, yeah, it's not a problem. But it's a crazy thing too. But yeah. But it's a crazy thing in a way. And my fiance Val did another video week, or actually it was a week, and it was about her ambassador work stuff, which she did really great at. It was an amazing video, I'll admit that. But yeah, it's amazing at what going on. But yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, there we go. But it's crazy now. For people that don't know this, or who know that I am doing artwork for, you're going to have to wait because I am prioritizing a lot of stuff lately. So, particularly since our prioritizing stuff a lot more now. So, artwork will actually slow down with I didn't originally have that in plan, but you know, stuff is a lot different. And stuff don't always go out. You had planned originally. So, exactly stuff do change a lot. So, yeah. And it do go in a way that you don't think of. But it's a crazy scene, but you did have to think of it. And attitude to mix when you're thinking about it. Because if you don't, you will get angry, sometimes stressed, and get mad because something won't go your way. Which is something that I would avoid. Because I know stuff that I have planned don't go the way that I had planned out to be. Oh.
This is me without a makeup, but I'm here at... Hi guys! Yeah, this is me without a makeup, but I'm here at the heart of the Hop-In Hotel, 11th floor, and it's, well, amazing, but those are my stuff. And look what I got. I made a resolution on how to make my makeup brushes organized. Look, organized and secure. This is a recycled bottled water, and I cut the half of it to become a canister of makeup brushes. Yeah, that's the best example of resourcefulness, dude. Yeah.
I'll be honest, my lovely fiance Belle, she looks beautiful without her makeup too. She is beautiful. In a way. But yeah.
Vlogging after the third day of Haggai Mexican 2 National Retreat. Prompt, makeup brushes are not clean and well organized. Resolution, recycling a bottled water for a canister holder for brushes. Saturdlovin #freedom #resourceful.
And that's from my lovely fiance Belle Aria. For people who don't know. Because she is amazing. She really is amazing. So, yeah. And also, tomorrow night, my best friend Anthony will be staying with me tomorrow night. And it will be the first time ever that I'll have a friend staying over with me at my house, particularly here, because I have never had it done before. So, yeah. So it'll be the first time, and it'll be kind of fun. But it's been a crazy week so far, but it's should be a good thing to do. And I still got exactly a couple hours. Exactly about 14 hours before my birthday. So, kinda ironic, but neat. Oh, neat. Now my friend Liz, but I don't know my friend Liz, who is also a friend of my fiance Val, she on the autism spectrum to let me Val, but she is a lesbian. And she's a friend of ours. And she a fellow artist, so yeah. I met most of the people that are part of Inca by my lovely fiance Val. That's how I met all of them. And actually, I've been subscribed to one of their people before I even knew that about the group. And the YouTuber that I'm friends with on Facebook, I've been subscribed to his YouTube channel before I was friends with him, and before I even knew that he was part of the same group as Vale. His name is Remrath. He's a fellow YouTuber on the autism spectrum. And the thing is that I was subscribed to him since 2014. And it's crazy that I've been subscribed to a YouTube channel 2 years before I friended him on Facebook, or checked with it 2 years before I started my Facebook. So yeah, crazy. Now we will have stuff to do today because for my birthday tomorrow. But it's on the art stuff, so yeah. But me and my fiance are doing a lot. So yeah. And also, I am still working on stuff and prioritizing because that I need to start working on even harder. And I learned the hard way in how to wake up call that I need to start thinking about a lot more. So yeah. And everything. And the air conditioner to turn off. And it's supposed to rain today and tomorrow for the next couple of days. So yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, and I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. I hope you guys had a great week, and I hope all the best to you, and I will talk to you guys later. And I hope you guys will watch my live stream tomorrow on my birthday, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm signing out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.